Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. Now, years ago, I had an encounter with a cop. And the guy was a total dick. He was rude, disrespectful, arrogant, hostile, and threatening. But, since I was doing nothing wrong, he wasn't able to arrest me or mess with me beyond a certain extent. But I was pissed. And so I went down to the police station to file a complaint. Now, the cop at the desk was cool and polite and professional. He listened to what I had to say, but when I was done, he made it clear that filing a complaint was going to be a much bigger hassle for me than for the cop that I was filing it against. And that in the end, nothing would come of it. Now, my little problem, it was a small problem, but when you think about it, isn't it that arrogance and disrespect for the public that leads to the bigger problems that the community has with the police? Maybe you can't draw a direct line between my little problem and the shootings of unarmed citizens, but it's a pretty good indication of police culture. It's fortunate that a recording of the murder of Walter Scott was made. If it weren't, Michael Slager would still be a cop looking to commit his next murder. Even though he shot the guy 6 times in the back from a distance, look at the way the investigation was headed. The investigation was headed towards clearing him. Nobody was asking questions about 6 shots in the back from a distance, and you said you were in fear of your life? But before that incident, there was another complaint about Officer Slager, in which he had tased and beaten an innocent, unarmed, unresisting civilian. And the police, again, investigated themselves and let Slager go. They said that they investigated the case. But since they never interviewed any witnesses, it's hard to say what exactly they call an investigation. So basically, you need to have a video of your interaction with the police, because just being right and having witnesses will not get you anywhere. That's why it's important for it to be legal to record the police. And though no states explicitly make it illegal to record the cops, there are states that don't allow a conversation to be recorded without the permission of both parties. Now, those laws were written long before cell phone cameras became ubiquitous, and they were about telephone conversations. But police in states that have these laws have arrested and charged people with felonies for recording them. So far, the courts in Massachusetts and Illinois have sided with the people making the recordings. So it would appear that you are perfectly within your rights to record police as long as you do it openly and do not interfere with the officer as he conducts his duty. But I would encourage state governments to clarify their laws to make it clear that recording police is perfectly legal. Not only to protect the people who are doing the recording from harassment, which has happened a significant amount of times, but also to make sure that those recordings cannot be excluded as evidence in court. Because you know, some lawyer will try to get these recordings excluded, and what good will it do you to have a recording of a cop breaking the law if it can't be used as evidence. Enter Texas, the dumbest state in the union. A bill by Jason Villalba would make it a misdemeanor to make a recording of the police closer than 35 feet away. And if you're armed, you have to be 100 feet away. I don't understand why that is. You know, sometimes you have to be pretty close to really see what the police are doing. This bill says, if our cops do something wrong, we don't want to know about it. Thanks for listening.